Well, when my blue moon turns to gold again. Oh. Hello, hello, 0 viewers. Wonder.
Hello, hello.
Good morning, Nancy. I've got a Nancy. I've got 2 Kims.
Everything's beeping and jangling and reminding me. Okay, Kim, are you there?
Yeah.
There she is.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, we can.
Yay!
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
You can all, everybody can hear.
I'm getting a thing that says functionality has been disabled. This Hangout is not a webinars on air. Please use the organizer link to start this webinar.
Yeah, this is a, that webinars on air is that front end for the system. I didn't use that this time, so I don't know why it's nagging us.
Say something else, Ken. I almost think I stopped hearing you.
Say something 4 and 7 years ago, our father.
I got it. I got it. You're good.
Okay.
So you see my picture and my face live?
Yep. You're a little, I don't think you've got your best camera there because it's kind of fuzzy.
It's my built-in camera on my computer. It's not my webcam that I have on my desktop.
Yeah. Yeah, the quality is.
Well, you broke her balloon. You weren't happy till you did it, huh? This is his sister's balloon. He already broke his.
Oh, yes.
It's actually the best 19-cent toy you can find.
That's why he pops.
It popped because something tells me about that. Oh yeah, it's a good thing you're cute, Xavier. That's all I can
Made
say.
it smaller.
He did. So
who's running this meeting? Kim?
Yeah, well, the child.
yeah, right. Well, one of the things I wanted to know, Ken, is this technology going to work? I think it is.
I think so, with some reservations. I'm still, like I said, I still am working on familiarizing, but I mean, enough people have been using it that it ought to work. So.
I think that we need to have headsets for the day when we're using it.
I agree. Yeah.
I'm not using a headset right now. I have it if I needed it, but I'm not using it right now.
Sure.
And then you figured out, did you figure out the difference between inviting the speakers and sending a link to people who are going to watch it on YouTube?
Yeah, there are attendees and registrants, and the terminology is still a bit fuzzy in my mind, but there are those who are actively participating in the process, and then there are those who are just passively spectating. So. And with that webinar.
Nancy, are you with us?
I am. I'm actually silent for a minute. I
know. I'm looking at you. You were frozen.
Well, so on the right-hand side of my screen, there's group chat. So I don't know if you guys have that.
Yeah, I've got it.
So let me see if I put something
disabled. I can't see it.
All right, so I just put something up. Do you see it? Yes, Ken says.
I see it says chat message. Wait, let me see. Okay, now I am. Holy now. How now, brown cow?
Well, and then the other one for typing.
There. Okay, hey, we're cool. We're on. About the only advantage I can see for that webinars on air that's going to cost you like $60 for that month is that it will enable us to have more people actively involved in the process.
Actively involved in what I can.
When we're doing the actual broadcast, the Hangouts on air as it stands is limited to 10 participants. And as I understand it, that webinars on air will expand it so that we can have up to 500 actively involved. And then there's sort of I'm going to check that to be sure that I'm right, but that seems to be the what I'm understanding at this point.
And without it, how many?
10.
10.
And that's just 10 able to talk. Anybody can see it streaming, right?
Right. And then I guess
we aren't going to want 10 people on it.
Yeah. The question I have, and it's coming out of this conversation, is who can participate in this group chat thing? That's probably the critical. And I think that's where the webinars on air front end also offers us an expanded group chat experience. So that there is a there is about a 30-second delay on it. So.
Well, one of the things I don't know because I haven't looked carefully at our D-Day planning tool. But Barnes said to me or asked me or whatever the word is, made a request. He wants to make sure technology and participation on his end is good to go before the actual day that we're doing it, which of course makes great sense.
Oh yeah, he's a man after my own heart. Yeah, that's the only way to fly, really.
Yeah.
Ken.
What?
So while Nancy and I are on the cruise, Ken, maybe you could be doing test runs with all of our guests.
Well, yeah, I'd be happy to. Yeah, just give me their information. I can. Yeah, I think that's a very practical thing to do. Seriously.
Because, I mean, you know, the worst that what we don't want to have happen, and of course I didn't think about it either, is Barnes or whoever it is on their end scrambling to try to do something, and they're not. And here we are, dead air, although, you know, it won't be dead. But anyway, so yeah, if we can put that in somewhere in our planning and scheduling, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I'll have my guitar handy if we have any dead air there.
Okay, good.
That's just what we need.
The yodeling.
The three of us singing. What was I going to say? I know what I was thinking. What I was thinking was, in order to use this effectively, we have to have Google Chrome as our Internet Explorer. So that's something that people are going to need to know on the day of. They have to use Chrome. So that may be one thing that needs to happen ahead of time.
Okay, what I will do then is I'll generate a sort of a checklist for minimum basic requirements to make this happen. That'll be my deal. I'll have that by next week.
The other thing that I think is important for our speakers is that they speak to us from a wired connection rather than wireless, because I think that's why I'm fuzzier, Ken. I don't think it's the camera. I think it's that I'm not wired in.
I'm wireless, Ken.
And
I'm wireless.
I'm wireless too, but I hear what you're saying, Kim. They do make that recommendation.
I have no capacity to be wired. So,
you will at my house.
Right. And
so that day you will be.
Right. I'm also assuming that I'm going to use, because how many computers do you have? You got a laptop and a desktop, right? Because I'm assuming I'm also going to have my pad with me. But anyway, because I'm thinking if there are questions that people are typing in, I'm going to be monitoring that while you're chatting.
Unless you're doing the interviewing, and then I'll monitor. And I'm thinking that what we'll do is I'll have Denise set up an email at Mental Health and Happiness that's like info@mentalhealthandhappiness.com, and people can email their questions in case this group chat doesn't work for everybody, Ken. Okay. I'm thinking for the people watching on YouTube, they probably can't do a group chat.
That's what
I didn't hear you.
That's what I need to check on. Yeah.
Play between visual and voice today. Is anybody else having that, or is it just me?
I don't know. How do I know when you're receiving it?
Well, you look at me, and are my words and the sound going together, or is there a delay?
Yeah, no, you're in sync. What are you doing in the sync?
Oh, they're not. Now, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing your mouth move, and then about 10 seconds later, I hear the words that came out of it.
Yeah, I wonder if you put your headset on, Kim, if that would change.
I don't think it's the headset. I think it's that I'm pretty far away from the modem.
Tower, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm upstairs there.
Got it.
Where's the party? I don't know, Ken. There's a party here for sure every day.
Well, Nancy says we've got to come to the aid, so.
That was my, oh, hello, hi.
Say hi, Emerson. Say hello.
Hi.
You're laughing, huh?
Kind of smiling. Yeah, that's a giggle.
That's what she does all day.
She's either super serious or laughing.
Yay! Yay!
She's a ballet dancer.
She wants to look at you every time I turn the computer around. She wants to see herself. See you? So, I haven't heard back from Governor State. I'm going to send an email to Pat tomorrow if I haven't heard anything today. I'm going to, I got a no from Marcy Scheimoff, but I'm going to take one more chance and try one more email. And I'm still on a maybe from John D. Martini. and then I'm gonna fill in with our CET people. So I want Denise to have the names of everyone before she leaves, so she can put it on the web page. That's the goal.
So do you have these people enlisted already, or will this be their first contact?
The CT people, it will be some of their first contacts. I don't think I told you this, Ken, but Anna Suya said yes.
Good.
She's willing to be interviewed, and she's willing to interview if we need her to do that in the night when Nancy and I want to sleep. Although, I don't know, Nancy, you and I did a pretty good job one night not sleeping very long.
I'm not sure how good a job we did, but if we based it on self-evaluation, we were fabulous.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. So we have Bet and Anasuya who are willing to help us with that the nighttime.
Good.
I also think, maybe we can record some of our choice theory folks at night for the nighttime and put them in on a record, to run it, but we still have to have somebody awake to.
Well, are you thinking we're going to do 24 hours, Kim? Is that what you're thinking?
I am thinking that. Should I not be thinking that?
I don't know. I mean, I had it out. It was gone from my head that we were going to do that because I didn't think we had enough people. So what I'm also thinking is we might, if we really want to do it for 24 hours, we might take the numbers of people that we have and then do a repeat. Just do it. It'll be live the first time, but then do a repeat.
Well, we have 10 right now, and that's without. Let me look again. I didn't put Anasuya on there. She's 11.
Well, it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And
I just looked. I've gotten nothing back from Bruce Lipton or from the Grit Lady.
Well, I'm counting the Grit Lady. I actually have her on our list. So if she's a no, we're back to 10. If we got 12, we could do the back-to-back. But then still, Ken, you have to tell me on the technical end, you can't just schedule them to play, can you? Don't you need someone physically to hit play and run them if they're recorded?
Yes. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I think right now the time in Kuala Lumpur is 12 a.m. It's midnight there. So do we have that kind of an awareness when we're talking about a 24-hour thing?
Yeah, Nancy had said to go with New York time, so we'll start midnight New York time, Eastern, and go till midnight, the next day, if we do the 24 hours.
I'm questioning the wisdom of that. But I don't know. I mean, I think the three of us should talk it out.
Yeah, I would want to know what you see as the benefits, or why would we do 24 hours as opposed to a shorter increment in time?
Well, my thinking on 24 hours was to make it more international and not just, U.S.
Okay. Well, we're all bright and creative people. Why don't we all think about what would be a way to do that without having to go 24 hours? Maybe we could do several segments that are distributed around the clock in ways that would catch other parts of the world. We have to think that through, of course, but
that's what I'm thinking. So let's say we started at 12 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's not horrible. Well, except I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Chicago. But that's 10 a.m. here. That's 10 p.m. here. 9 p.m. California time. I'm having difficulty imagining who is going to, get their popcorn and settle in on a Saturday night or Friday night, whatever it is. I think if we did have speakers that were in each of those time zones, that would be different. So that somebody from Ireland might say, I want to make sure I catch that at the live time that's a reasonable time for the the person who's in Ireland. I guess what I'm fearing, and I don't know if it's a fear as much as what I see, is that we start at midnight and nobody's there. So why are we doing that?
Yep.
But if it's midnight for us, then it's 12 noon for Anasuya, so we don't need it.
I didn't hear the end of that comment.
So if it's midnight for us, it would be noontime for Anasuya, so she might be there. Because it's not the middle of the night for her. What I'm also thinking is, we may be more ambitious than makes sense for this, our first time out. But I don't know. I mean, why not go ambitious? Those are my initial thoughts. Kim, anybody else have a thought? Can't be the only thoughtful person here.
Oh, I'm typing a message here, so.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Ken, go ahead.
I'm suggesting that we sit and just think this through. What are the benefits of doing it 24 hours? What are the benefits of doing it in isolated segments? And what is the probabilities, based on what limited information we have, of our having people attend this thing? You know, because it's like Nancy's saying, if we're just sitting there talking to space, that's not the most, exciting prospect.
Well, I'm okay talking to space with the idea that it will be available so people can go back to it.
Sure.
So, it's a little like the choice connection that Kim does now. Mm-hmm. It's not empty space because a fair number of people go back and access it.
Okay.
It's up there live.
The 17 dresses. And whose dresses are you talking about? This is the Houston. And then I was in the storage place.
What I was thinking, at least, when I was thinking about going 24 hours was, first of all, the global nature of that, so that we're not being biased towards just people in the U.S. Mm-hmm. The other thing was we would get more people involved on a interviewer kind of level. So Anasuya and Bet both agreed to do that, and I would say to them they need to have 2 different people to work with them. So they would have to figure out who they were going to get, and they'd have someone to monitor the email with the questions, and then someone else to do the tech aspect of it during what would be our sleeping time. And you're right, Nancy, I may be being ambitious because I'm thinking that we could get WGI to be involved in this, but then I see the post from Juan Pablo on LinkedIn, what should WGI do for World Mental Health Day? And I'm thinking, you don't even know what we're doing. Don't worry, Nancy, I popped in and put my point in about our World Mental Health Day, but I think people are thinking about it as the Kim and Nancy show, and those who know Ken is behind the scenes think, okay, Ken too, but it's more like the Kim and Nancy show. And I was hoping to kind of get a broader sense of what this is and a bigger sense out to the world. And sincerely, my hope is that our bigger names, like Byron Katie, like John DeMartini, would mail to their lists as well, so it wouldn't just be our limited list of people. There may be more people. And then when I think about who would be listening at 2 a.m. or snuggled in with popcorn on a Friday night, I'm thinking the very people who need to hear what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay, I'm thinking we need to do a role play of this process. Do it as a commercial. I can't think of a better word, but when there's a big event coming up like the Super Bowl, there's a lot of airtime given before that to build up an interest and raise the probabilities of people watching it. Versus Super Bowl's easy, but this isn't going to be quite as easy. So I think it'd be fun sometime, hopefully soon, if we could do a little role play, pick somebody to interview, and that would give us an opportunity to test the technology. It would give us a piece that we could distribute to other people to hopefully raise some level of enthusiasm, saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. Come on, join us. Let's get excited about this. Just kind of pump it up and be able to communicate what you are experiencing, what you're thinking, and get that out there so that people can see it and take it to themselves and hopefully act on it.
I think it could be me or Ken even interviewing Nancy, to have Nancy talk about what this is, World Mental Health Day and mental health and happiness.
Sure.
I think it would be great to have that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've been bugging
As like
Sue.
a commercial.
I want to get her on some stuff there, but if we could con her into, and Bet too, perhaps, just, it could even be just a 30-second clip. Hey, this is what we're doing down here to get ready, and we're looking forward to it, and blah, blah, that'll like kind of verbiage. And to put that together and then pump that out by whatever means we have.
Good, let's do it. And the sooner, one of the questions I have, and I don't know if we know this, how many international people are on our list? I don't think Denise knows that. We just know the people on our list, the number, but we have no idea where they're from.
I think that's true. It's not true any country now, but we weren't asking for country initially. Well,
right.
Pablo didn't have them on there, so we don't know right now.
That's just, what I was thinking is people on our list are, I hope, the most likely to be the ones that watch and tell others to watch. And we don't know how international that is or isn't. So let's just assume it's World Mental Health Day. So I think, all right, Kim, you've convinced me. Let's go with, we're aiming for the world. Now we got a few more moving parts, but we've got a few other people in strategic places. What's the time difference between Bet and Anasuya? And then we probably need somebody in Europe.
Give me a moment.
I was actually thinking Brian, but I don't know. Let me go to World Clock.
Oh, you got it, okay.
So Anasuya is in Malaysia. What is the capital of Malaysia?
Kuala Lumpur.
Anybody know?
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur. That's right.
I think she and Bet
so
are
right
very
now,
close.
right now in Kuala Lumpur, it's 12:30 Eastern time. It's 12:30 where she is in the morning. So she's exactly 12 hours opposite us.
And I think New Zealand's the same.
At New Zealand, Auckland, I'll look at that. Yes, you're right. They're in the same time zone.
We might need Mitchell, or somebody Mitchell assigns in South Africa. And then we might need somebody Brian, or somebody Brian assigns.
So yeah, Dublin, and Mitchell is in
Cape Town.
Cape Town. Cape Town is 6:30 right now, so they're 6 hours ahead. And Dublin,
well, they might be the same.
Is 5 hours ahead, so they're pretty darn close.
Yeah, it's north-south. It's not east-west. And now I know what time it is for... Oh, no, we're not in Wimbledon. We're at New York. The U.S. Open started today. I know you both have been holding your breath.
Well, Nancy, I don't think it's that big of a thing. So let's say that Anasuya does the beginning of her day, and Bet does the end of her day, and you and I do the 12 hours in between.
Yeah.
Then the four of us would have 6 6 hours each.
Yeah.
Unless we think that's too much for any one person. No, it's not too much for me and you. I don't know about them. I didn't specifically ask if they would volunteer for 6 hours. I just asked if they would help.
Well, but let's hope, and this is a ridiculous thing to say, Bet and Anasuya are also very social women, so they've got other people. They can get
That's what I'm thinking.
They get their own little mini team going. And it may be that each of them wants to be the interviewer, but if they can get somebody else they might also want to do back and forth. Anasuya for 2 hours, then Bet for 2 hours, then instead of 6 straight hours.
Yeah, we could. You know what I think we need to do, if we can figure out a time that could work for us that's reasonable, is thinking like a 9 a.m. call, 9 p.m. call. We could do that, and we could go for maybe an hour or even 8. But then I have to remember that you and I are not Eastern time. We're an hour earlier and 2 hours earlier.
Okay.
They're 12 hours from Eastern time. If we figured out a time that could work, even their early morning, and we could go later at night. Are you okay at night, Nancy? Does it matter to you, night or morning?
I do better in the morning than at night.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can work out a Google Hangout for that particular time. But Ken, I would need you, if you're willing, to organize it. If I get the day and the time, will you schedule it, or at least put me on the phone and walk me through scheduling it so I could do it too?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, okay. I'll shoot that out today. Maybe if we do next Monday, is that too late to do it? That would be a good time to do the Google Hangout, work out the schedule of interviewing, and then
That's our 30-day out, Mark.
does that
Doesn't matter. I'm just that was just information. That wasn't an opinion.
should we try to do it on Monday if that's possible?
What is the hit we want to do?
You hurt your finger. You hurt her head. And her head.
Oh, the joys of grandmother.
I know. She's not crying anymore, and you hurt your finger. Poor baby boy. Anyway, okay. You want to kiss? Where is it? Which one? You can't decide? Which one hurts? Mwah. Now, no hitting anymore with that. That's not a hammer for people, okay? It's not a hammer for people. There's no such thing as a people hammer.
Well, there kind of is.
What's it called, Nancy?
It's the thing for your reflexes, on your knee.
Oh, that kind, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're the nurse, of course. The rubber mallet.
It's it.
And it goes on your knee.
No.
No? Okay. Okay. Do you think next Monday would work if it'll work for them?
All right, so now let's think about it. Is it going to be, if it's 9 a.m. for us, it's 9 p.m. for them.
Well, that would be 7 a.m. for you.
Well, I know, but okay. I can make the adjustment. But
all right.
What I'm trying to avoid is a Monday, that we're on 2 different days. Really, does it matter? No. But if we're 9 p.m., it's 9 a.m. for them the next day.
Yes.
Oh, right. I'm thinking we'll do the a.m. and ask them for the p.m. if p.m. is not as good for you.
Okay. All right. That works.
I'll see if that works for them.
Okay, what would help me is if, when we're all done here, each of us would pencil some notes on what we've heard and then share that with one another. Especially on this particular project that we're planning for next Monday, I'd like to kind of get my head around it there so I can be helpful. So
you want either Nancy or I to write down the details?
Yeah.
This is going to be a challenge. Nancy,
that's why I'm asking you to write it down. Ken,
you're going to...
Details?
You are asking the two most unlikely people ever.
Well, you can learn, you can change. I mean, Dr. Glasser says that's possible. You know,
Well, but there's a big. The light bulb has to want to change.
It's the internal motivation, Ken. I feel the external motivation. I don't know if I feel the internal motivation.
Yeah, it's like the old saying that you can change a choice theorist, but not very much.
I haven't heard that.
I just made it up.
All right, I think Nancy and I, between the two of us, we can do it.
Good.
After we're done, Nancy and I will get on the phone and I'll type and she'll talk and we'll make a plan.
Good. And I will submit my plan too. So
right.
I'll have a checklist for everybody.
The question then would be, are you available on Monday at 8 instead of 11? I know Denise won't be with us anyway because she'll be on vacation.
Well, I think I think it's Labor Day, so I got nothing. So I'm.
Oh, that's right. We had said that.
I'm okay.
And it won't be a holiday for them.
Right. Their holiday. Actually, today is a holiday for them, for New Zealand or Australia anyway. A bank. Oh no, maybe it was Ireland. Anyway, it's a bank holiday, summer bank holiday.
Oh.
We call it VJ Day in Rhode Island.
VJ Day?
Rhode Island and Arizona used to be the only two states that celebrated victory over Japan.
Oh!
Wow.
And then it became politically incorrect, so Arizona dropped it, but Rhode Island didn't. But the truth was, they just wanted a Monday off in August. So finally, they changed it to something like Ocean State Day or something. I don't know what they did. Anyways.
I remember when that happened. I was so disappointed because I wanted to grow up and get in the war.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, young men throughout our world are indoctrinated that way, and somehow we, you know.
Right.
Wow,
that was Kyle.
Yeah, and I was, telling my children I'd help them get to Canada when we were about to go into a war, and both of them said, or each of them said, "What makes you think I want to go to Canada?" I'll kill you if you go to war. Kim,
I was looking for the duct tape.
Yeah,
I wanted to duct tape the closet.
Did you see Kim and I worked on the copy for the promo? Did you see it?
I saw it. I haven't worked with it yet. I looked at it. I have mixed feelings about it, mainly because I want to do what Ken is suggesting as far as the honesty, integrity, and being in line with what we believe about choice theory. That's the part that I think really hit me with that. The other side of it is I want to use good marketing practice because I want to have people here. And so I'm trying to find a middle ground that kind of covers both aspects, and I wanted to give it some thought before I went and I started working on it. So that's
okay.
I kind of let it sit for a minute, if that's all right. That's where my head is at.
I'm just I want, because I knew you were traveling and then you were busy with babies and children, so and he and I were doing a bit of it back and forth, and
yeah, I definitely appreciated you getting that ball rolling. I just wanted to give it some thought before I dove into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I, for what it's worth, I mean, I think you'll make the right choice, and I'll support you in it. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Nancy reminded me, you said that about the interview, because when I interviewed Byron Katie, there were some questions we had talked about that I didn't ask, because when I got into it, it felt like it was a bait and switch, kind of like I was saying, well, this is what Dr. Glasser says, what do you think? Kind of like, so I left some of those out, but and I did it just because of how it hit me when I had her in front of me.
Sure.
So and Nancy said, well, Ken said he trusted you. And I said, oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I'll go with that. So anyway.
I'd asked the question about editing that. If you wanted to edit, you have to get the two separate files. But
yeah, I was going to say, there was nothing. I haven't looked at it front to back, but I don't think there's anything that I feel like I want to edit out.
Okay.
I wasn't choking. I didn't say anything.
Obscene.
Don't think I my nose.
Sure.
Did you see anything, Ken, when you looked at it that you would think should be edited?
Oh, you're asking me? Oh, yeah. I didn't watch it all the way through. I just checked it for the quality of the of the file.
Oh.
I didn't actually look at it for contents.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it all the way through either, but I don't think there's anything I would edit.
Okay.
Just because it's.
Sure.
And she was great, of course, so I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, she looked like she had nice presence on the screen there. So.
She's a beautiful person, inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
I just really like her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love her work.
Good. Well, how are we
so
doing?
What are we going to do between now and next?
Well, we're going to do a commercial, and we're going to, or at least plan to do the commercial to get that going, with the same time get the copy going.
Yep.
And we're going to set up a meeting with Bet and Anacia.
And I'm going to hammer out a checklist for participants and for potential speakers and for people who want to set up their own Hangouts on air from their end. There are tutorials all over YouTube, but I'll try to condense those. So.
Well, I don't think there's anything else.
I think that's good. I think that's. Oh, now, Nancy, do you?
I'm sorry, Kim, I was talking over you. What? Say again.
I wanted to pull up our D-Day list so that.
I got it.
Hold on a minute. Hey. Oh, I wanted to see as far as the 30 to have finished. The web page.
One was to find out when to contact us on the cruise ship. That's done.
Yep.
The guest list finalized. This is for Monday. We're going to have this done. The guest list.
So let's put down who's going to do it. I'm going to put down. I'll do that, and I'll do the schedule. List of those to be invited to register.
Mm-hmm.
That's just our email list.
Mm-hmm.
Plan for distribution of invitations. That's something that Denise and I are going to work on. As far as we're going to come up with an email for our guests to send out to their list.
Mm-hmm.
We did the decisions on topics to be discussed with guests. We did that.
We did? Tell me about that. I don't remember it.
The questions that we came up with the last time.
Oh, okay. Questions. Got it now. I'm with you.
Unless somebody... Ken, I think that might have been your point. Did you mean something different?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
That sounds like you're tracking there. I love what you're doing there. You're checking it off. That's.
Well, you made the list. I thought it was the least we could do. The budget necessary costs from WGI coffers. I'm still working with the money Patrick gave us.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the only cost that I can think of is the cost for using that webinar on air for.
Emmy, I don't want you to hit him again. Now you're even. That hurts, doesn't it, Savvy? Yeah, so it's no good to hit people with hammers. I know.
It's not funny.
I told her not to do it again, okay?
Oh.
All right. Come here. Grandma, give you a kiss. I'm sorry she hit you. She probably thought it was okay because, you know, that's what happened earlier to her. You okay? All right. No more hitting. Okay. So we have decision on medium for program. I do the Google Hangouts, Ken, and it seems like based on figuring out there's different URLs or
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
With that, wait, go back, Kim. We're losing you for a minute. Are you there? Are you going through a tunnel? She's gone. Kim, if you can hear us, we cannot hear or see her or see you. Appropriate pre-conference tutorial for access planned. That's what we're doing next Monday, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's the checklist thing.
Hello, hello. We hear you trying.
Hold on one. Can you stop? You hear me?
Oh, never mind.
You came back.
Yes, you're back. Now you're gone. I don't know, page 2 I have. I don't know if page 2 where it's from, because then it's 927. Roles assigned. Are you there, Ken? You are. Those accepted roles generate their own timeline and plan for completion. Where does the buck stop? Oh, we already got that one done. And count the cost. We got that. Those things are all done, aren't they?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the point of that is who's going to do what, so that we don't get down to H hour and one person is thinking the other person's going to do it, and they were
Right. And it looks to me like Kim's doing much of this, but oh well, what am I going to do? Web page ready for registration. That's Denise. Speaker list. All right. Headshots and bios. Yeah, that all goes with the final guest list and agreements made and the stuff she needs back.
Great.
Okay. For some reason, she has that on 9/27. That can't be the 9/27 date.
Yeah, that's getting pretty close to.
Yeah, I think that should be today, 8/27. But anyway, or Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. I think we're on target.
Yep. Okay. So I've got to go grocery shopping. So the exciting event of my day. I'll look for your notes and I will share mine, and let's keep having fun.
Okay. And I truly am working on uploading my video to you. Other things on my list now.
Sure, yeah.
I had it on my list. I got it done, but I didn't get it done. So anyway, all right, Monsieur. Au revoir.
Yes.
Or talk next week.
Okay. At 8 a.m. on Monday, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that right?
That's right. No, I don't know that it's 8 a.m. my time. I think it's 8 my time, 9 your time.
Okay, so let's be sure that we're all on the same page with that. So
Good.
it's 9 Central and 8 Mountain.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right.
All right. Au revoir.
See you later. Au revoir.